There are two ways that you may have your professional growth meeting scheduled with your supervisor or evaluator. The first is an email from them directly asking you to schedule an appointment with them or through their secretary. The second way is an invite that comes in through Talent Ed. In this case, you'll see on the main screen a new section that appeared under meeting requests on the main screen. Professional growth meeting, the date and the time, so this meeting would be requested for September 9th at 9 a.m. Who sent it, in this case Principal 25, and an action that I can do. So I'm going to click on the word action. I see all the details about this invitation. I can click on comments to the organizer if I wish. If I'd like to accept this meeting, I click accept, and it gets sent back to my administrator with confirmation. You'll notice that my home screen now changes and no longer have a meeting section. It's actually listed under tasks and when it is scheduled for and when it's due. You'll see on the main screen now that it's now listed under professional growth and the scheduled date and time for the meeting. This does not appear on my Google Calendar. At this point, I can go in and enter that information directly into my Google Calendar, or my administrator may have sent me an invite from the Google Calendar. Schedule your professional growth meeting with your administrator. It is time to begin entering your professional growth plan into the system. Now, please be aware that all certified teachers are using the same professional growth form. When you log onto this form, you will select the framework that you belong to. So I click on the Go To Form link. I take a look for the framework that I will be using. In this case, teachers, occupational and physical therapists, school counselors, school psychologists, SLP, or special education teacher. I have an option of selecting and scrolling through the domains and indicators for my framework to select the actual indicator that I'll be aligning my professional growth plan to. If I would like to see the actual domains and indicators, I can click on that particular framework, which is a hyperlink underneath each of the drop-down menus. So if I click on Teacher TEPL Framework, it's going to launch a new window with a folder for each of the domains. I click on the link that I want, in this case Domain 3, and I have the listing of all the indicators in front of me. If I go ahead and click on that icon, it's now going to bring up the actual text from the TEPL document. If I'd like to return to Talent Ed, I go ahead and I close each of these windows, and I'm back to my professional growth form. At this point, I need to go through and enter all the boxes that has a star. At this point, I return to the form, and I have to begin entering text into each of these questions for rationale, related student impact, professional learning, resources, anticipated timeline, collaborators and/or consultants, evidence of anticipated impact on professional practice, evidence of anticipated impact on student learning, proposed meeting dates, the learning community growth actions, whole school learning. If there's any attachments I'd like to add to that, when I am done and I am ready to submit it to my administrator, I click the Save and Submit. If I'd like to return to this at another time, I click the Save Progress and I click back, and I can return to this at any point from my home screen by just clicking the Go To form. Please be aware that the majority of these fields on this document and many others in this system have a red asterisk on it. That red asterisk implies that it is a required field. When I am done making corrections on the form, I click the Save button and I click back, assuming I would like to return to the form to make changes in the future. If I'm completely satisfied with what I have done, I click the Save and Submit button. If your administrator has asked you to revise your professional growth plan, you may receive an email. You may also take a look on the Talent Ed screen. On the main screen, next to the words Professional Growth Plan, you will see a red exclamation mark on the icon to the left. This means that a revision is needed. So, you may go over to Go To Form, scroll through, make any changes that you need. Here is a request from my administrator. I make the changes I need. And at the very bottom, I'm all done. I click Save and Submit. If I'd like to save my progress and come back, I can do so. In this case, I'm going to save and submit. Click Yes. I have now submitted my professional growth plan and will wait for my administrator to review it. Now that your administrator has approved your professional growth plan, it is time for you to sign off on it. You may have received an email. You may also go to the main screen in Talent Ed and click on the word signatures in the upper right. You will now see under Documents Awaiting Your Signature, your professional growth plan. Click on the word Sign. Keep in mind, clicking that Sign button does not automatically sign the document. You may scroll through and see your entries, and at the very bottom of the document, you're going to see the workflow that took place. And here, under Signatures, where you type your name. Type your name, and click Submit. You have now officially signed your professional growth plan. If you click on My Folder, you'll see that you have completed your professional growth plan document. Once your administrator has completed the meeting with you, he or she will indicate under the professional growth meeting that that has been completed. Once that is completed, you'll notice that the line is now gone. The only thing remaining on your screen is the NCPS Teacher Journal. This means you have completed the processes associated with your professional growth plan.